Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a little video, kind of reaction, just a little reaction to a video that I saw that Surprise Witness TV did on the outcome of her lawsuit, which you guys know I have been talking about her lawsuit, most of 2023. I have a whole playlist of the different videos exploring different things, and I wanted to react to it. Now, she dropped this bombshell video yesterday. I was in the chat. A lot of us that had been watching what's been going on or had reported on the lawsuit, we knew the level of just craziness that this is the kind of lawsuit that would scare a creator, right? So she does this video right here. She sued the wrong YouTuber, Ben Margera's guardian sanction, and ordered to pay 10K by court. Now, if you know the story, BJ does a great job in kind of like, if you're just very late to what happened to this lawsuit and whatnot, BJ very much gives you a like breakdown in the first 15 minutes of this. Okay, this was just how she came across this woman by the name of Lima Jevremovic, this woman right here, and everything that happened leading up to, and then it goes into the conservatorship for Ben Margera, people asking questions, and then it goes into this guy right here who let me see, and hopefully I don't have to do a lot of editing on this, but I may have to. Y'all know that we are moving and we are lacking the Wi-Fi. We will be for a couple days. This guy right here, his name is Brian Kachar. Now this guy, oh my god. There were a lot of people in this camp that were upset at my talking about this lawsuit, okay? That man being one of them. He filed a fake copyright infringement thing on my channel because I used his picture, which was from the Daily Mail or Daily Beast, where it was talked about him having a lawsuit with Lou Taylor. This guy right here, I guess, was from the Free Britney movement. I think I did one Britney Spears video, but never really got into the movement like that. Like, I didn't really get into it, right? So I don't really know him, but I did see him in court hearings. So I attended a couple court hearings that had happened with BJ, okay, in Lima. And the one court hearing that I attended was this guy was present with his attorney with the funky eyebrows, and then Lima was present. And that was one of those long court hearings waiting to, for the judge to hear the case on the whole restraining order and whatnot. That was very interesting to see because, I mean, she didn't really stay for the whole thing, I don't remember, but she was there. Oh, she was there in the flesh. I was there. We had to show our face and we had to say, we're here for the public and whatnot. I mean, that's what we had to do, right? Let me just say, reporting on this lawsuit and reviewing like the 300 pages, all the exhibits, that was the scariest lawsuit to review because the extent that this woman went to try to silence BJ on this lawsuit, to know that Lima Jevremovic is so well connected to the likes of Mark Laita.
Find somebody else from my channel that you want to help. Rebecca would be a good.
Yeah, Rebecca has a very close place in my heart, and I think.
And Bam Margera as well.
Yeah. So.
To the likes of Soft White Underbelly. For those that are, I'm gonna have a video about that here pretty soon. By the way, I did do a thumbnail. Stay tuned because we got to talk about Soft White Underbelly again. And I know there's some fan stands out there, but there's y'all don't understand like the deepness and the darkness that's behind a lot of this. And I'm telling you, it is some dark shit here. And BJ has been uncovering it, some of it, for many, many months. I'm gonna link a lot of videos in the description box so you guys can watch it.
And he was, and conservatorship and guardianship are the same thing. They're called different things in different states, but it's a reassignment of someone's rights to someone else based on some reason that the government thinks is a good enough reason to take your rights away and give them to somebody else. So Bam, yes, was in one. And I looked up in the court records, and his guardian's name was a woman by the name of Lima Jevremovic. Well, I looked up this Lima Jevremovic woman, and It was a little bit concerning because somebody who was 25 years old had already died while under the court-ordered treatment that was being administered in part using Lima's company, Aura. So somebody had already died in Lima's care. Lima was Bam Margera's guardian, and no one had heard from Bam Margera in months.
I came into this story right around the time that there was a couple of subscribers that contacted me and send me I don't know, like this essay or whatever about transhumanism and just how it's all connected to various things into the death of this woman and Aura and all this other stuff, right? And so I went live one day and started reviewing it. And so because so many people were sending me this paper and they were like, Rabbit, you got to get into it. So I did. And I swear that after I got into it, it opened up the floodgates for so many things. So many things. I was able to talk about the lawsuit while BJ was being silenced with these, I would say, unlawful restraining orders. I was able to go into different things while BJ was silent, and I appreciate, that I was able to do that. There was other creators that reported on this, but it got really bad fairly quickly, and I felt like the amount of trolls that BJ gets. I've seen some trolls, but the amount of trolls and how strategic they were was crazy. One of the things that I knew was going to happen while covering some of this BJ lawsuit and giving commentary to anything BJ was that I knew that the level of trolling, the level of the potential infiltration, the potential people coming into my, getting into my personal life, I knew it was going to be like 10 times more than anything. That included the doxing, that included the trolling. I knew it was going to be like a lot more. And as well as any infiltration, suddenly people are, wanting to talk to you and then not talk to you all of a sudden. I knew that was going to happen. That was something that I expected. And in my mind, I said, watch, this is like, because I knew what BJ was doing as far as her videos was pretty huge. And it wasn't going to stop. It wasn't like a lot of this, people wanted to save reputations and whatnot. So I get it, man. I definitely... I think mentally I was prepared for that, but not everybody is. Going into this was going to be like, a situation like that. It just gave that vibe. So I'd get all kinds of emails from different people, right? There were people that I recognized because they were in BJ's chat, and then there was people that were like on Twitter, and then I would get tagged into these like accounts that would like talk mad shit about BJ, but they wouldn't show their face. And anytime, I've said it before, if y'all are tagging me on Twitter and you want me to go back and forth with you, you're going back and forth on your own, because I just don't do the Twitter back and forth. There was accounts on YouTube that would, go into my comments and write like dissertations, like huge amounts of narratives. And I'd be like, I'm so confused by your comment. Like, what the fuck? And then they would send me emails, and it was all just like, it was like a force to take down BJ or discredit BJ. It was like really weird. And you could feel the energy behind a lot of these emails. Then I started to get messages. I have my own Discord. I run a pretty damn good Discord, I would say, because I pride myself on that. Have I had stuff happen on the Discord? Yeah, I have. And I address it expeditiously and immediately, and we block right away. I don't allow bullshit to fester or go back and forth. I have blocked people. But I noticed that I was getting like multiple accounts, really weird accounts on Discord, along with really weird emails. And these emails, came from, I have a Proton account. So, you could tell when a Proton account is like email or whatever, people would, email me stuff. And it was really weird because something was telling me like minimal interaction, minimal conversation that I have with these accounts, the better. Then I started getting very interesting messages from this woman right here that from this woman right here. I don't know this woman, but I started getting messages from her. And I mean, long, lengthy messages on Discord. That account, I think she's deleted that account because a lot of that is gone. I started getting messages from other trolls and stuff, and it was just really weird, just the narrative behind it. But this one specifically, I didn't know how deep and what this woman did. So this woman was all for 100% for BJ, and then she decides that she decides that she's going to cooperate with the other side, right? And falsify documents that are then submitted to court. You guys, let me tell you something. Like, the amount of falsification of documents between is so common. I was surprised. Like, I didn't know how common it was, especially on YouTube, how people will falsify documents for court hearings. Like, y'all don't understand the severity of it. I am not an official of the court, but let me tell you, I mean, I don't need a court to sanction me or put me behind bars or do something. This woman legit was a supporter and then goes and just submits declarations against BJ and whatnot and lied, completely lied. And she's not the only one. But before I even go there, let me play this part of this, okay? Because this was just insanity.
Be in response to a 300 plus page filing, which was full of lies. This is all going on at the same time that I'm about to have to start preparing to reply back to her New Jersey lawsuit. They're trying to psychologically warfare me by having strangers banging on my door on Saturday and Sunday in the middle of the damn night. And at that point, Lima had started working with, and I have evidence of this, and I'll show you all the evidence of this, had started working with content creators to try and spread a certain narrative, okay, about me. I have the evidence. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It occurred to me when BJ said this, and even thinking back when I was covering the lawsuit, it occurred to me then that it's very likely that there was somebody that she was going to do what she wanted to do in this lawsuit and misinform the public and whatnot. Because when I read that 300 pages, when I was reviewing things, when I went and reviewed receipts with everybody, and I still have those videos there, y'all check them out. It occurred to me that it wouldn't, this shouldn't surprise anybody that she would go above and beyond to contact supporters of BJ to try to flip them or to try to convince them otherwise. Yeah.
The headphones are on so I can hear a script through the headphones because people are speaking, or I'm a huge supporter of everyone who's anti-BJ. Everyone.
So this woman right here was messaging me, wanting me on the phone. She was one of them that was like, yeah, you know, it would not stop, nonstop messaging me. And I got kind of like anybody, let me tell y'all something. If you're a creator here on YouTube, anybody that wants to get you on the phone immediately or anything, that just be careful with, because you don't know what they're attempting to do. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't. And so I don't know her, right? Like, honestly, like, she would super chat, she would do different things and whatnot, and I appreciate everybody, but this specific thing kind of gave me like just a really weird feeling. Actually, a lot of, covering the lawsuit, there was this energy from people's emails that I would get, and I'd be like, oh my God, like something big is going on. And it's unfortunate because, BJ couldn't speak on this. BJ doesn't know me enough, you know what I'm saying, to even call me and say, hey, be careful with it. Like, I don't, and she's not the kind, from what I've gathered, the little bit that I've known of BJ, she's not the kind to tell people like, don't talk to this person or don't communicate or don't do this or don't do that. She's not one to intervene with that because, and I've peeped that right away about her, and she will tell you that. She even tells you that on this video. So it wasn't like I could just, go call BJ or anything and say, hey, what's up with this? No, I just knew it. Intuition told me, be careful with these folks online. Because even though they're saying they're supporting BJ in this lawsuit, they weren't. And, these aren't the only two. There were other ones there as well. one specific one that really likes to fight with people. There was one. And kill social workers. There's a couple of them. Yeah. Okay, let's keep watching.
You know what that means. Or anyone who doesn't know who that is. Like, who's BJ? Who's that? If you're like, who's BJ? It's good you don't know. Yeah. Those clowns, they're gonna ruin me. I could just go on and on and on and on. And they're talking to me through the just one minute.
She's saying they're talking to me. Girl, who's talking to you?
Just want to say that. Just go ahead and type what it is they're saying, because I want to know what I'm hearing. Where's my friend Seafowl?
And this woman right here, she deleted her account. I don't know what happened. I don't know, but she was one of the ones that was contacting me, and I believe she was probably trying to contact a whole lot of other people.
I'm not gonna be able to be spoken to right now. Hello. Hey, how are you?
So this girl right here, Lima, calling this woman and gets this woman to file a declaration against BJ. False declaration. Completely false.
You were so sweet for that last message.
Oh,
So much. That means so much. You have no idea.
So, psychological warfare in full swing, all because what? All because what? Remember, all because what? Because I busted her. I told y'all that what she said on the was not what the autopsy
Lord.
actually said. All because I'm trying to.
I'm sorry, I gotta laugh sometimes because BJ's voice is fucking crazy. Okay, so BJ talks about getting served by this lady right here, and that is just the way she shares this story is fucking crazy. But there's more. Then you got this guy right here, which I don't think that can't be his body, yada yada. I don't think he looks like that, because when I saw him in the court hearing, he wasn't giving body yada yada. He was giving like something else. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. But this guy right here is the one that filed false copyright claims on my channel. I don't know him. He was mad. He got mad that I guess he got mad that we did videos on the lawsuit and I used one of his pictures that was publicly posted by like the Daily Mail or the Daily Beast. So, I mean, this group right here is known for falsifying and doing crazy ass shit to get people in trouble. The craziness, and this is the picture that I'm talking about. This is the picture that I use right here. This is a Daily Mail article that's available. Anybody can look it up, okay? And y'all can see that there was this lawsuit, and Lou Taylor, I think, settled with this guy. And so he, for whatever reason, decides to jump into this lawsuit with BJ and files a bunch of falsified shit. I read that too on my channel. I'm just letting y'all know the links here on YouTube. Like, I'm thinking, I don't know, man, maybe I'm too fucking green, because the way I see it is that if you lie in court, what else don't you lie about? Like, if you're lying in court paperwork, what else wouldn't you do? The way I see it is that you lose credibility. As far as court, you decide to lie in court, you're done. Okay, I want to keep going to this piece right here. She exposes this other woman. Now, this other woman right here, this other woman was wanting to get me on the phone. Like, I got messages and DMs. I think I posted something on my community wall that she did research wise or whatever, and I found it to be interesting. And then since then, she started like messaging me, just a bunch of messages. She wanted to get me on the phone, and I would tell her, like, I'm not really feeling the phone thing. Like, what's going on? Something happened with this individual and a bunch of other individuals, and the shit hit the fan, and it involved another YouTuber, and the shit hit the fan. I don't know what exactly, but let me tell you something, baby. She could not wait to get me on the phone and needed to talk to me. And I said to her, can you just tell me what's going on? This woman right here decides to, I guess, say that she was going to go to Lima Jevremovic's apartment or whatever, or do it. She did all that shit. And then also files a declaration against BJ about being sent there by BJ, which never fucking happened. This is what I'm saying. Now this is the second person, third person. All this, the lawsuit was frivolous and, you know, vexatious, right? Let's get that clear. But another person that went to that lengths to lie in court, to have BJ get into trouble, like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And these two people, this one and the other one, and then there's another one, but this one right here definitely did the most. But there was a point in time, and I have the DM out there, and here it is posted, where she tried the mostest, okay, the most, to get me on the phone, and I don't even like, I just gave me an uneasy feeling. She wanted to get in the Discord. She wanted me to contact her in the Discord, and I'm like, I don't, like, for what exactly? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, did the most.
Is it my responsibility? Is it my responsibility to tell a grown person what to do?
No.
Nope. No. Is it my responsibility to tell someone that they can't go? Is it even my right to tell someone? Do I even have the authority to tell someone they can't go do an apartment tour? No, I don't have that authority. But still, I told this person publicly and privately, do not do that. Why? Because they're going to blame it on me. So I went ahead and dug up that private message that I did send to this person. And these DMs did happen on September 10th, 2023. So literally right smack dab in the middle of whenever that freak was coming to try and bang on my door at all hours of the day and night. One of the days she was here was September 10th. So in the exact same day as that's going on, this girl who I'm sending the DM to right here, she's like, oh, I'm going to go on the apartment tour. Hopefully this works. Then as you can see, I message her and say, don't do that. And she's like, oh, girl, I already went. And as you can see, I say, I would hate for anyone to be in a dangerous situation or get hurt. And if something bad did happen, I would be the first person they blamed.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Whoever thought this was a smart thing to do or whatever, that is crazy.
They've done it repeatedly at this point, so I'm just cautious. I love that you've jumped into the investigation, though. And of course, I would never tell you what to do. I just want to make sure everyone is safe and everything. You know, love you, mean it. Even though nothing actually dangerous happened, even though Lima Jevremovic, Mora Takali, put my address, doxed me in legal filings, sanctionable in my opinion, even though all that, they had gaslit me and psychologically tortured me to the extent that I now felt brainwashed and mind controlled into having to take responsibility for these other grown people's actions. And you know what I think is stupid? That's stupid. If you idiots can't see the trees for the forest, that's your fault. And if you do something deranged and criminal, you should face the criminal consequence.
So this woman right here that was making these statements to go into Lima's apartment and stuff like that, like, I don't know, y'all, like, she was involved in various groups and whatnot, and I didn't understand this piece whatsoever. And what I did know is that there was a vibe that I was getting from her that I didn't like. Something just didn't feel right about this woman right here.
But apparently, anything anybody does on planet Earth having to do with any of these people is my fault. And that's what it started to turn to in these filings. There is evidence of Lima, public evidence, millions of views of her a year and a half before I ever started even knowing this existed, saying she was getting death threats, saying people were following her, saying people were looking for her sister's address. All that happened before I ever even knew she existed. But now every single thing that's ever happened is my fault somehow. I don't know how that works. So during all that's happening too. These accounts are popping up and talking shit about me, people I never even heard of. And I don't care. They have the right to do that. Go ahead and do it. But they were also just lying. They were making stuff up. They were making it seem like I was doing stuff I wasn't doing. And it's like, girl, I mean, there's stuff to be mad at. Why don't you pick?
It was crazy, the accounts that would pop up. I mean, I was getting tagged and shit, and I just blockity block these bitches. That's what I would do. Because I didn't know. Like, I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know the in-between. There were these Twitter accounts that were just doxing and doing the most. I'm just like, I don't fucking know. And I'm not invested in the bullshit that you guys are doing. And honestly, like, if I had ever gotten the vibe, BJ's transparency in these court documents, And the things that she said, she followed through. She showed receipts, okay? She showed that she was passionate about what was going on and she wasn't going to let anybody silence her. And I'm here for that. I appreciated that she did that, and her follow through with everything that she did, she did. So this is why I supported everything that she did, and I still do.
She picked something real. So all that's going on, I'm dealing with all this. And finally, the time for the hearing rolls around. Finally, November, time for the hearing to roll around. See, my lawyers had filed against Lima's restraining order request, a filing called an anti-SLAPP motion. And SLAPP means strategic lawsuit against public participation, a lawsuit that is strategically filed to infringe upon my speech. So my lawyers said, look, this is a textbook case of that. And in California, they have a statute that allows people, victims of this type of abuse like me, to file to get attorney's fees and to quash the case and get the restraining order off the books or whatever. And here's a text that I actually sent somebody the day before the hearing. And as you can see in the text, I am very well aware of what's going on with this whole operation.
She says, it's so obvious their little plan and they keep making it more obvious. And then a certain part is blurred out. They were sent to butter me up and make me get close to them. Didn't work. So they could start a bunch of drama to hold against me in court. Also didn't work. And or devastate me right before trial by turning against me or testifying for Lima. None of it worked. LOL. Yeah. And I feel like they were doing the same. They were trying to do the same over here. And I'm like, well, there's like, what are you doing? Yeah. I feel like they were trying to get anybody that was supporting of BJ in this lawsuit to try to say something different. I feel like that happened with me too. I feel like this is why the one woman that the earlier woman, both of these women were messaging me and giving me like, I need to get you on the phone, and the phone, and I'd be like, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, I can't get through. So now they're trying to still go along with their assignments, but it just makes their failure more obvious.
I said, it's so obvious, their little plan, and they keep making it more obvious. They were sent to butter me up and make.
Yes. Specifically these two. And there's others. I believe it. I definitely believe one specific one that was a shit starter that would go into my comments, send me super chats on some fucking topic that I had no idea about. We'd be talking about something else and she's over here talking about some other fucking clownery. And then she would go in my comment. Like and then it wasn't just one account. It was like fucking multiple accounts. I just kept blocking. And then she was trying to kill social workers. Like, it was just like, girl, get the fuck out of here. Aren't you too old for this? Like, I see the gray. Gray means wisdom. Where is it? Sorry, y'all. Like, but that's the craziness that would happen. I mean, I'm just telling you how bad it was.
And make me get close to them. Didn't work. So they could start a bunch of drama to hold against me in court. Also didn't work. Oh, and or devastate me right before trial by turning against me or testifying for Lima, etc. None worked. So now they're trying to still go along with their assignment, but it just makes their failure more obvious. I sent this the day before the hearing. Well, my lawyers filed one, and the hearing for that finally came around after she had filed this all the way back in August. Finally, it's the end of November, and I had to fly across the country at my own expense. That is not getting reimbursed to defend myself on this restraining order in California. So the judge strikes her lawsuit, says it is actually indeed, in fact, a strategic lawsuit against my free speech, against my public participation, and dismisses the restraining order. So, sigh of relief. Also, the statute does require mandatory allotment of attorney's fees. So my lawyers then were going to have to argue over how much their attorney's fees were and stuff like that. But on that day, November rolls around, and thank God that restraining order in California is dismissed as a SLAPP suit. So that's what that looks like. Dismissed, SLAPP suit. November. Now, the Kuchar suit as well also similarly was dismissed. I don't have the date on me right now, but dismissed. And then remember, this New Jersey one is being appealed and she filed for an appeal. Okay, great. So eventually the judge did grant me $87,400 something in attorney's fees and costs. So because she had improperly attempted to take away my free speech, she did owe me a portion of my attorney's fees, which $87,000 is nowhere near what I had to pay out. And that is,
Let me just say, shout out to you if you donated to her legal fund, because y'all see how much that shit accumulated, everything. Like, this can happen to anybody on YouTube. So shout out to you if you donated to that legal fund, because I'm telling you, I was there. I watched a couple of the hearings. We read the paperwork. Like, she needed a lot of support. And I think, for those that donated, that was awesome for you to do that, because it really helped out whatever you donated at that time.
that is one of the problems here, is that when you get awarded a financial judgment, first of all, if that person ever pays it, which I believe they're now going through a sham divorce to pretend like Lima doesn't have access to Ivan's money now all of a sudden. That's my belief. It wasn't long after this $87,000 judgment that they were filing for a separation over there in the state of Illinois or whatever.
Yeah, what is that all about? I heard about that divorce too. See, I don't know, speculation, my opinion, I don't know. But that's weird, in my opinion.
So, I mean, I don't know. Could be that Lima's just an incompetent fool and her husband finally realized, like, okay, this woman's a liability, got to get her out of here. But I really don't know. But that all ends up happening, right? She's ordered to pay this money in, like, I think eventually the actual order comes through in February. But November 27th is whenever it was like, yeah, girl, the case is dismissed in California because it's a slap suit. Now, again, this is a major win for me. The first time I won was whenever the federal court in New Jersey dismissed her lawsuit. And they gave her a chance to refile it, and that's still pending right now. The New Jersey one is still open right now. But then there was this California one. That one she files, it gets dismissed. Not only do I just win it, no. Deemed to be a strategic litigation against my public participation, and she eventually would owe $87,000, nearly $90,000 just because she filed that. Well, that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough losses for Lima. And January 30th, 2024, this psychotic bitch filed for another restraining order in California. Another one. After the first one had been dismissed and it was a slap suit, she still took it upon herself to file for another one. Yes, to file for another one. Yes, another one. And this time, she never sent me notice of it. Nobody was banging on my door this time. Just filed for a restraining order, again, full of lies, again, used Brian Kuchar's declaration, Brian Scott Kuchar, used Dahlia's declaration, used Linda's declaration. Now, in court, we had already argued to get half of that shit from those declarations thrown out as hearsay and other stuff, and Lima never bothered to argue the evidence on those. She just decided to take another shot at it, even though the first one, based on exactly the same allegations, had been dismissed as a slap suit. She filed for another one in January. All the while, these other cases are still going on, right? The New Jersey one and the order for how much she's going to have to pay me for the slap suit. She filed for another restraining order. Again, it was a constant ambush by these people. And this time, she included more declarations. And guess who filed one of the new declarations in this case? That same psychopath who I had to take the responsibility to tell her not to go to Dahlia's house, which again, Dahlia did not live there at that time based on these people's own statements.
I don't understand this piece. Like, that shit is so unforgettable, like unforgivable. I'm sorry. Like, oh my God, this was deep. This went deep. Y'all don't even understand how deep it went.
Dahlia did not live there. She lived in a totally different state at that time. So really, it wasn't putting Dahlia in danger at all. But this lying psychopath said that I had told her to do stuff, told her to go places. And I have the receipts, which I will put up here on the screen, of me saying exactly the opposite of that. Exactly the opposite. There was
Look at that. She literally lied. She said, hold up.
A totally different state at that time. So really, it wasn't putting Dahlia in danger at all. But this lying psychopath said that I had told her to do stuff, told her to go places.
She said, as a direct result of respondent's plea in her video, I personally went to Miss Omar's home and posted a video about this to Instagram. In my eagerness to contribute to respondent's cause, I not only posted videos in support of respondent, but also actively supply relevant material pertaining to petitioner and her family. See, this is scary, man. I understand why, I would be on my tens on this. Like, I would not trust my own damn shadow if I was BJ, because here you have somebody that, presented herself to be a supporter, got into various groups with chats, a conversation, trying to contact creators, other creators. This woman right here did the most. And I mean, if she's in another community, I'm not really sure. Beware, because snakies, these are the kinds that bite, y'all. They bite.
And I have the receipts, which I will put up here on the screen, of me saying exactly the opposite of that.
Oh, no, don't do that. Everyone is free to do what they want to do, but I don't encourage this particular expedition.
The one that I showed y'all the video of earlier of Lima. Hi, you're so sweet for that last message. Oh, you're so sweet for that last message. That person, she also filed.
This is the crazy part.
She also filed a declaration. Now, neither of these two people have I ever spoken to on the phone. Never have I seen them in real life. Never have I directed them publicly or privately by name.
And they were eager. They wanted me on the phone. They were messaging me nonstop. I was like, I'm just reporting the lawsuit. I'm not your friend,
To do anything, much less something harassing and unlawful. I have gone out of my way to tell people, don't contact, don't send hate, don't go to people's houses, don't even leave a nice comment, I've gone so far as to say. And that really does oppose my personal beliefs, because I don't think I should be telling people what to do and what not to do and say and not to say. That's kind of like my whole thing. And I don't step outside of it. That's why they kept losing. And that's why they're going to keep losing. I'm allowed to say what I think in the United States of America. If you do not like that, do not do business in the United States of America, because this is how it works here. Now, I want to really get into the nitty gritty, as it were.
I am waiting for her to get into this, because shout out to BJ. BJ, I'm waiting for you to get into this. I want to know the nitty gritty, because I sat there and I said, and I watched this video a couple times. I had to rewatch and understand, because every time BJ was talking, it was like a new revelation. Once BJ exposes the nitty gritty, I'm going to show you guys how deep this shit went. I'm going to wait. But I'm telling you, the emails and the people and the trolling was so bad. I'll definitely expose it once she does, because you guys are going to find how interesting this gang stalking, this trolling happened. It was just next level, Kept coming to me, like, remember when? And then I'd go back to, an email or whatever. And I realized, I'm like, this shit is so deep.
The fine grain details of exactly how.
Girl, stop. Just say it.
Exactly how this gang stalking operation has worked. Because guess what? While I was lying in silence, being abused, bullied, harassed, psychologically warfared upon, I was still observing everything that was going on. Yes, I was. I know exactly what happened, and I have all the proof. Just so happens this video is already over an hour long, so we're going to have to get into the gang stalking operation with the receipts, with the videos that have now been deleted, but I definitely downloaded to several different hard drives.
Oh my God.
It's going to be the ultimate lesson in what you thought and you around and you found out. The ultimate lesson in that. So yes, I have the receipts, and yes, I will be putting together a video. Maybe it'll be on BJ Investigates. I really don't know. But of that $97,000 that she has been ordered by a court to pay me, now in a slap suit and in sanctions, I anticipate she's going to pretend and act like she's too broke to afford it. But even if she wasn't, it's not even probably 25%.
Or too divorced to afford it. Look, I'm going to link BJ's video in the description box. Y'all go watch it. Let me know your thoughts. I just wanted to do like a really quick reaction video to all of this because, like I said, I witnessed a lot of this shit and I'm just sitting there and I thought I was just sitting there to eat my food, but I was sitting there and eating my food and noticing different things, and there was only so much that I could do to report on whatnot. But anyways, guys, hopefully by the next time we go live or I do a video, it might be in a different location, but I'm still here and trying to move stuff. It's a disaster all over. It's a disaster. So we're having to move. I don't know. I might go live on my phone and see if that works, but I have to edit some of this. I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Rabbits out. Bye, guys.